Hey guys, how's it going? It rained last night. It wasn't supposed to rain, but it did. So I'm going to do some more work in my yard in between doing my regular work just to break it up a little bit. Because, sitting at your desk for a long time, particularly at home where it's not ergonomically designed for it, can be a bit of a strain. So in my dirty rubbers, as you can see already paint stains, a bit holy too. Yes, long-term effects of play. One person was concerned about the state of play, in that they do a bit of humiliation, like physical and verbal and all that sort of stuff. And they were wondering about, long-term negative effects. Now, they've talked with their sub and all that about it, and they're okay with it. One thing that is really pointed out here is the fact that they've actually asked the questions and were concerned about the effects of play. And someone who just wasn't that concerned, I'd be more concerned about the negative effects. But the fact that they are concerned means that it should be a lot better, because they actually talk about it. They do a kind of like a summary of it, or check back and debrief, I would say, about the play. Long term, it's a funny thing. The effects of any interaction you have with anyone over a long period of time will have a long-term effect, good or bad, or both. And when you look at it that way, I think that, again, the most important thing would be communication. And you can, I guess, not damage is the wrong word. I'd say conditioning people with different things to have a different effect. And it can happen over time. It just happens naturally with your interactions with a lot of people, on and off, and that's what a lot of people are concerned about. Some people aren't concerned, but I do get concerned about it. And provided it's all negotiated, it's all talked about, it's debriefed, you have to talk about it. Again, lots of talking. And you come to agreements and let go of those bounds, or if you do, you work through it, or are willing to work through it. That's more important, or that is the most important thing to actually do and talk about. So, can there be long-term effects from play, like humiliation, physical and verbal? Yes, there can be long-term effects, good and bad. So it's not all bad, it can also be good. I guess the key, again, is to provide a lot of communication, a lot of open avenues, and it depends on the people that are involved. Some people are okay, some people are quite emotionally intelligent, some people aren't. I've met many people who I've said, if this happens, you need to talk about it. And they do, but not with the people that are involved. They talk to everybody else other than the people that are involved. So the other people, they only get one side of the story. They weren't there. They might have an axe to grind against somebody else. So I just take that with a grain of salt. But yeah, long-term effects of play, must keep an eye on that. The longer you play, the more, I guess, ingrained an effect can have. However, that doesn't include single imprint events, which can and will happen, where something can be so intense that it does stay with you for a long time. It's not necessarily traumatic. It can be a really good thing. It can be a fabulous thing. And there's people that I know who, when they get into the lifestyle, first off, and they meet that first one, they have so many new firsts with the one person. They said, no, nothing is ever going to be the same, and they've convinced themselves that this one and only person that they met first is the only one that can, do that thing for them. I said, well, no, you're not. You're blocking yourself from having other experiences which are just as good with other people, and that's like a single or a few single imprint events. Morning, Rob. How's it going? I hope you have an awesome day too. So, about long-term effects of play. Have you thought about the long-term effects of play, or have you only thought about it in the moment? If you intend to play regularly or have a particularly intense session, have a think about how you feel about that and possibly doing that more or less in the future. Do you have open lines of communication with a lot of other people? The people that are involved in the play, how is that? So that's the only thing I would have to say about it. It depends on the people and depends on how you communicate, depends on the event, depends on how you handle it, depends on the emotional intelligence of people. Like I said, a lot of depends, but it is contextual, and there's no real hard and fast rules other than to play it safe, well, as safe as we can, and keep the lines of communication open. There's a lot of people who are a bit unsure and they'll go to their friends for confirmation, but ultimately the only people that can give you any sort of opinion on their thoughts or feelings and what happened are the people that are involved, like that were actually there at the time. So they're probably the best people to talk to. If you have any doubts in your own head about what's going on, by all means talk to your friends and all that. They might be able to give you a reality check, but talk to the people that are there. And it's not that one person is right, it's that you have your own view of what happened, they have their own view of what happened, and you see where it overlaps and where you've crossed wires somewhere. So anyways, that's it for me for today. Going back off to ride the wild data and get going on my gardens and stuff. So you guys, you take care. Hope things are going well with you. Keeping calm, wearing rubber, or staying kinky.